Albert Einstein was doing a math problem in front of a classroom of students. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, and so on. After applying these multiplication methods 9 times, on the 10th one, he wrote 512 plus 512 is equal to 1124. The silent classroom burst out into laughter. And so did Einstein. He said, "You see, I got 9 answers right and no one said a thing. I got 1 answer wrong and no one let it go." This is life. And we know of this to be true. Most humans are guilty on this. It's important to look at your partner's wins over their losses. Try to look at the good in everything. They will, in time, start replicating what you are doing. And so imagine if the both of you are constantly only looking at each other's wins, at each other's contribution and care towards the relationship rather than the losses, the downtimes, the neglect, and the inappropriate behavior. Be positive. Focus on their wins, and they too will focus on your wins. It's really that simple, guys. So continuing where we left off from on the previous session. The next tip in building and maintaining a healthy, loving, long-lasting relationship, this is what you need to do. So rule number 4, reflect on the relationship. Every relationship is a mirror, okay? Sometimes it reflects back to us when we've done a lot of work, and it's lovely. The relationship is wonderful. Everyone involved in that relationship is content. That reflects the efforts both partners put into that relationship, and it reflects self-worth. And if you haven't worked hard on the relationship, then it reflects back on us and shows us where our flaws are, where our immaturity is. Life has a way of punishment for that. So when you realize you have faltered, it's an awkward and uncomfortable truth. But that is the truth. It's what you both put in is what you both get back. Reflect on your partner. Maybe you grew up happy in a happy environment. You got your season's gifts and your birthdays were always celebrated. A vacation was a vacation and a holiday was a holiday. Everything was rosy. That prepares you for a different kind of world. Maybe your partner grew up in a hostile environment. Maybe a breaking home or a broken home. Maybe your partner had to self-survive from a young age. Maybe your partner has had painful experiences in relationship. That prepared your partner for a different kind of world. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's not your fault, it's not their fault. It's just that both of you were prepared for different worlds. And now you have to somehow bring those worlds together and see the positives and the strength in them and see the positives and the strength in you and bring it together. And if we don't bring it together quick enough, what happens then is that the opinions can vary so drastically from food to bedtime to raising of children. And that's why it's imperative to respect and understand each other's views and backgrounds right from the start. I've spoken about this in detail and the video link is right here. The video talks about what needs to be done in relationships where one or both partners suffer from childhood traumas and pain. Understanding where your partner is coming from is very important. And what's more important is if you will be able to stick it through. Will your love be able to withstand all the storms and the cyclones that may come with it? Make a plan on how to take them out of where they are, and understand this, that you will need to be patient. And if it is you that has trauma or are the more aggressive one in the relationship, then take a step back and rethink everything. Even if your partner follows the advice to the T, you need to do your bit and constantly catch yourself making mistakes through cognitive thinking or your moral flashlight. The reason this is my advice is because your relationship has already begun. Okay? And maybe you have been in it for some time now. Maybe you didn't understand all these things and how to read red flags before. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Do you have love in your relationship? If you have love in your relationship, then that's all you really need to turn things around. Because that's the cost and that's the reward. And the both of you need to understand this very well. Number 5, forgiveness. Most people don't want to hear this, but real relationships that last involve a lot of forgiveness. You have to accept the fact that your partner isn't perfect and neither are you. You will hurt each other and disappoint each other and upset each other from time to time. You have to figure out if you're willing to go through all the ups and downs that you both are going to have. In 1991, scientists made a discovery that every human heart has 40,000 specialized cells called sensory neuritis. These cells are in the heart that think independently from the cells in the brain. So while we think only our brain is registering and storing a memory, that's not completely true. The heart is storing memories too. It registers in both places. While forgiving and healing, it's important now for you to be aware that most healing is incomplete because we think about it and we fix it in the mind, but not in the heart. So when we forgive, we must forgive not only by words, but by removing the memory from the mind and the heart. And in order for this, the person who is apologizing must create an environment where whatever was done not only never gets repeated again, but even the slightest signs of that mistake needs to be completely destroyed. And the partner apologizing needs to make all and every effort to completely eliminate that mistake and any signs of that mistake, if you truly want to be forgiven from your partner's heart and mind. Number 6, create commonalities. There's a lot of distractions, especially when we have problems in relationships. And to add to that, life is hard. You get left on a crossroads so many times. And if you don't have something to hold on to together, then one of you is going to slip away. You need a meaning to offset that. Take responsibility of things together. Take care of your family together. Make a plan of action to take care of your community together. Find something you both love from the start. Make that thing that offsets your misunderstandings and makes you realize that you both are really one. Find something you both love from the start of your relationship and make that thing that offsets your misunderstandings and makes you realize that you both are really one. And that sometimes even the left leg can trip over the right leg, or the teeth can bite the tongue. Sometimes we hurt ourselves, sometimes we hurt our loved ones, but these are unintentional. So make that your relationship's cornerstone and know that you will have disagreements and maybe even hurt each other at times. But the hurt part should never be your intention. And so if you and your partner are both on the same side and agree never to hurt each other intentionally, then even when you are hurt, you will be able to understand it wasn't meant that way. And if you caused the hurt, then it will be ever so easy for you to apologize. Number 7, validate each other constantly. A lot of times a woman will come to her man with a problem. You should help your partner solve her problem, and that's the reason she is coming to you. But what you also need to be open to is that she may not know what her problem is. That's fine. That's why she's coming to you. Be patient and listen all the way. And you shouldn't downplay your partner if he doesn't do something. It doesn't matter if you think he forgot it or he did not want to do it. Be fair. Do for your partner that you would do for others that you love. Your patience with your parents and your kids and your siblings or your friends. Even through tough moments with them, you get upset at the situation, but you don't reevaluate their entire character. So be fair. If you set aside a schedule to speak to your mom every day on the phone or visit her at home, then make that time every day to be there for him. It's his time from you. If you cook a special meal or order a special something or know what your brother's favorite dish is, then knowing your man's favorite everything is your first priority. Women sometimes get so involved in understanding other people that they forget about the one that's closest to them. Your brother has his own partner to know his likes and dislikes. Focus on your partner. There is nothing more damaging in relationships than not getting the acknowledgement. She cooked a meal. Kiss her for that every single time. He brings meals on the weekend so you have more time for yourself and each other. Hug him for that every single time. Specifically for that. She took care of some work of yours or paid your bill. Appreciate it. He helped a family member of yours. Appreciate it. Don't take any little thing for granted and don't let anything go by unrewarded, even if it's with words. If you neglected her, if you neglected him, if someone or some work took precedence over your care for your partner, make up. It's that simple. Don't compare another woman's beauty and age to that of your lady. Don't compare your man's finances or intellect or problem solving skills to that of another man. Don't give credit to other people for what your partner taught you, and definitely don't say, I didn't ask you to. These all crushes your partner's confidence and makes room for grudges. To simplify it, if you can be each other's heroes, if you can be each other's source of power and reliability, happiness will constantly shadow over you and your partner's relationship. Keep these three keywords in your mind forever when dealing with your partner. Listen, share, and be fair. Okay? Love and understanding makes everything easier. Follow the advice and keep the faith, and things will keep moving in the right direction. Be safe, be positive, take care of each other, and keep moving in the right direction.